Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage Kathy Schultz.
Hello, 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 everybody. It is so good to be with you. Are you guys loving live? Are you having fun? Are you guys tired? Okay. Are you having fun? Good. Do you love the Lumi Spa? Me too. I love mine. All right. Are you here to learn about social? Are you excited to learn about social? Good. You want to learn about social selling? Perfect. Okay. So we're going to tell you all about different things that are going on in social. I have an industry expert here to tell us about just the mega trends and Facebook and all of that. And then we're going to have an amazing panel. And what I need from you guys is to ask us the questions that you are the most interested in. So right up here, we have a URL and a QR code. You can send us questions, and I'm going to ask my panel these questions. So whatever you're the most interested in, copy this down. You guys got this? You need another second? Yeah, you need another second? Okay, because we want to know what you guys need to know. We want to make this panel and this session for you. We want to make sure that it is tailored for you. Are we ready? If I flip this slide, it will be back up again when the panel's on. Everybody okay? All right. So, social selling and what it is. I'm going to give you just a little intro, and then I'll be back on stage in a little bit to go into details. What I want all of you to know and remember is Nu Skin is still Nu Skin. We are a company for leaders. We are a company with amazing cutting-edge products. We are a network marketing company. Now, what social gives us is a brand new field to go find new customers, to go recruit new people. This is giving us the opportunity to find more people, and everybody is on social. They're here, they're spending time, and you're gonna hear how much time they're spending. So this is a huge new area for us to come into. But in the end, the business is the business. So I don't want you guys to be confused that, oh my gosh, I knew how to do Nu Skin this way, but I don't know how to do Nu Skin this way. We're gonna expand so that you understand you do the business, and this is how you're gonna bring in more customers and more distributors. There's just these tiny little things that you're gonna want to understand to help you have access to all of these new people. So nothing to be afraid of, everything to be excited about, okay? Now with that, I wanna bring our specialist, Mari Smith, to the stage. She is known as the Queen of Facebook. She's a premier Facebook marketing expert, a top social media thought leader. She toured with Facebook in 2015, teaching business owners. She has over 1.7 million followers across her social channels, and she's the author of the new relationship marketing book. Please help me welcome to the stage, Mari Smith. Oh my gosh, I totally...
Hello, hello, greetings! Woo! I'm so happy to be here! Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful! I love your excitement and your energy. What fun! Nu Skin is just amazing. It's such a positive and upbeat and friendly company. The vibration here, the culture is really a pleasure to be here. And I speak at a lot of events around the United States and the world. And truly, this has been one of my favorites. You guys are amazing. I love you. And of course, the products. Woo! Well, thank you. Thank you. I love you. Yes. And I had a wonderful tour with my good friend Dan McCormick. Does anybody know Dan McCormick? Yeah, he's awesome. He took me around on the brand new products. It's very, very exciting. So, all right, let's do this. Okay, good. Oh, we've got a couple of different slides are coming up here. No worries. Well, let me just see. I'm going to press this button. I think we've got some funny things going on with the slides. We've got two there. Let me back up. Okay, no, that's what we want. Okay, there we go. Play nice. I click you, you move. Perfect. Okay, so social shopping and social selling is a massive growing trend, friends. This is really good news for you, Nu Skin distributors. Wonderful news. Really exciting things coming out. So in recent research, over half of consumers follow brands on social channels to see products. Over half to see products. We love that. And the most popular social channel to buy directly from the site is Facebook. Okay, 19% so far, and that's growing. All right, and Instagram is coming up very fast too. We'll talk about that in the next slide. Yes, this is my own personal example. Just recently, a couple weeks ago, I was looking at my Instagram feed and I saw this really cool video. And it was these magnetic stick-on lashes. It was like an impulse buy. I'm like, oh, sure, I'll have a couple pairs of those. And to see that 6 million views on this little video. We'll talk in a moment about how powerful Square videos do on both Instagram and Facebook. They perform really well, Square videos. And this really was a power to, seeing that Shop Now button, being able to just click and buy. And because Instagram is owned by Facebook, you already have your credit card in there. Really interesting things of where all of this is developing towards. And let's talk about how the world is communicating now. This is absolutely kind of a snapshot of where we're at. Facebook users, there's over 2 billion Facebook users. 92% of Facebook users access the site predominantly on their mobile devices, or all mobile. In fact, I saw a stat one time that over 40% of Facebook users have never accessed on desktop. They only ever have seen it on mobile. And that's in a lot of developing countries, for example. Another big part of Facebook and Instagram is video. Facebook is really favoring video. If you want to have your posts seen by more people on Facebook, post more video. More live, Facebook Live, we'll talk about in a second, and stories. I'm a big fan of doing stories on both Facebook and Instagram. And I've been talking to a lot of you in the hallways in the last couple days, and the stories, if you haven't done them yet, is the little camera icon in the top left of both Facebook and Instagram. They got new developments coming out now where on your Instagram stories you can just tap a little button and put the same story over onto Facebook. And it's those little bubbles, I call them bubbles, the little circles at the top of the app. And it creates that top of mind awareness when people are going to their news feed and they see, there you are again. And they can tap in and see what you're up to. And the third big component of what's happening with communication is messaging apps. So Facebook owns 2 of the biggest apps. That's Messenger and WhatsApp. And then, of course, another great big one is China's WeChat. And it's really exciting what's happening in the messaging world. China's WeChat is actually light years ahead of messaging apps in the Western world. So it's interesting to see how fast they're developing and growing. I want to talk to you about Generation Z or Generation Z, depending where you come from. They actually represent currently some 30% of the global population. They are people who are aged 18, I've also seen 19, somewhere between 18, 19, and 20 and under. And sweet spot for marketers is around age 13 to 16. This is your up-and-coming customers. Your up-and-coming future leaders are this generation. And my friends, right now they make up 30%. By 2020, which is only 3 years away, they're going to make up 40% of the global consumer population. So really, really exciting times. Guess what? Their favorite app is actually YouTube. I think that's maybe because their parents are not on there, right? Their mom and dad can't see what they're up to. Of course, they like Snapchat for that as well. But YouTube is video. It's video. A lot of them are on Instagram as well, of course. So Facebook actually recently did a study, an eye tracking. They're tracking the eye movement, and they discovered that people gaze 5 times longer at video content on both Facebook and Instagram than they do at static content. And I mentioned about Square video, but also portrait, okay? Vertical, we have an example here of horizontal. Now then, also this is great. So US consumers at the moment spending 5 hours per day on their mobile devices. And guess what, my friends? An hour, a full hour of that per day is on Facebook alone. And then another half hour is on messaging apps, okay? Facebook calls their family, if you will, family of apps. So I mentioned 2.01 billion active users on Facebook. The next biggest one is Messenger with 1.3 billion. And I want you to be thinking about, if we have this conversation this time next year, we're going to see some massive developments in the Messenger app. All kinds of exciting things, ability to buy directly in the Messenger, providing customer service. There's bots are quite new, but Messenger is really one to keep an eye on for social shopping, social commerce, social customer care. Instagram is fast approaching their first billion users, right now at 800 million. I have heard it said that Instagram is Facebook's next Facebook. It's really exciting what they're doing there. And then, of course, you've got WhatsApp. They have the same number of users right now as Messenger. And Facebook, since they bought the company a few years ago, have not done a lot in terms of growth or evolving WhatsApp for businesses, but it's coming. It's absolutely coming. And I know it's really popular, more popular outside the US. Messenger is the most popular inside the US. Now then, let's talk about Facebook Live. How many of you do Facebook Lives? Oh, good. Oh, right. Good. Go. You go. You go, girl. That's awesome. Facebook Live is brilliant. It's really a wonderful way. Here's the thing, actually, I want to tell you. Facebook is becoming the next television network. This is where they're wanting us to go with video and doing lives and really like having your own show. Facebook actually has 8 billion video views per day as 100% growth in the last 6 months. And they've actually increased video by 94% annually. Quite amazing. And the good news, my friends, is that video posts get 135% more reach than photo posts. All the more reason to do videos. And then also one more thing on this slide, Facebook Live users are 10 times more likely to comment on your Facebook Live than they are other types of content, even static videos. Shout out to Sandy Tillotson, by the way, one of your co-founders in this cute little video. I know that Jeff did a great job of that. Good job on these slides. All right, just a couple more for you, and then we'll move to the next segment. This is my friends at BuzzSumo. They're a content discovery engine. They surveyed and researched and studied, analyzed 100 million of the top videos on Facebook, and the top topics, I highlighted the 3 that I thought were really great for Nu Skin: fashion and beauty, health and fitness. This is great. These are what people are talking about. Number 1, by the way, is food. People love talking about food and recipes. Now then, I mentioned about square videos. People are 67% more likely to watch a square video to the very end, to completion, than they are to watch a horizontal one. So the square and also the portrait. Portrait is for stories. Square you can make on Instagram, and then there's also apps out there that you can make your videos into square. I know that many people are on Twitter, but if you have hop over to Twitter, I've actually been putting out numbers of links to different resources, and also I recommend some of my favorite apps for making square videos. It's just @MariSmith, and with the hashtag NewSkinLive. And let's see, then this is Sheryl Sandberg. Here we go, a couple more points. Snackable. Sheryl Sandberg is the COO, Chief Operating Officer of Facebook. She recommends that we create short, snackable, like just a few seconds, you know, that's why stories are so short. And you don't have to make long videos. You can make just little snippets of sharing your life and your lifestyle. And really one of my number 1 content creation tip, as I like to say, whether it's a photo or a video or a live or a story, well, not necessarily a story, you can't share stories, but photos and videos, is that when people are seeing your message in their feed, they think, oh, that's awesome. I must share this. I want to share this with my audience. I call it thumb stopping. They're going scroll, 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 thumb stopping. So with that, I'm going to press the pause button on me. I'm going to hand back over to Kathy to share some more wonderful things. Kathy is amazing, isn't she? I love her personality. She definitely leads by example. Let's give it up for Kathy.
Thank you, Mari. You're so awesome. You guys, another big round of applause for Mari, please. Was she amazing? She's so great. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about what all of this means for Nu Skin, and then I'm going to bring the panel up. So, what does this mean for you, for our business? You saw how exciting and how big and how much time people spend in this world that is social. So, what is social selling? Social selling, this is what I have come up with as my little social selling cycle, so that you kind of understand these little differences that people starting in social are doing versus maybe all the straight face-to-face stuff. And I'm going to go through each of these in detail. The key is we start with products. We start with our product experience. It's all about you being a product of the product, you using the products, you sharing the products, and loving what we do. Do you guys like our products? How many of you guys use our products? Okay. How many of you guys like to share our products with other people? Okay, perfect. So now we're going to show you a really quick way to share them with a bigger group of people, and that's social. So, first we post about the products. These are some example posts that I found on distributors' feeds. There's just beautiful selfies. There's product videos that the company has made that show the demonstration of any product. We can make them, you can make them. Product demonstrations are amazing. Product usage, anything like this. Now make sure when you're posting about products, I want every one of you to go to your market website and make sure that you have reviewed your country's social media guidelines so that you understand the safe way to do this and to teach your teams, because you can post. All of you guys can talk about our products and post, but there's little tiny differences in each of your market. But we've come up with some great guidelines for you to help you be successful. That teaches you what you can do, and it tells you what you can't do, but most of it is to help you guys know how to be safe and how to be successful in this area. After you post about the products, you're gonna sell the products. What this means is you're going to see who in your audience is interested in the products. Who wants to buy products from you? You can share a restaurant you went out to eat at. You can share a movie that you've gone to. When you share our products, you need to invite people to purchase them from you. Make sure you always have a call to action. It doesn't need to be, you don't want to be salesy and say, okay, for this much money, for the next 10 minutes, don't do that. Attract people into it. Don't do discounts and sales, but invite people to try these products with you. Make sure they know that you sell these products. See who's interested. Now, as soon as you know who's interested, then you come and you buy the product, or you send them to our website to buy the product. This is what creates what you're hearing as a no risk or low risk opportunity that people are so interested in. They don't have to start a business. They can just start selling our products. They see the interest, and then they come buy the products. Now I'm going to talk about some things that we're building in here in just a minute for you. This is a piece that we've seen a lot of our social sellers do, and that is that they're taking it and they buy in bulk and they ship these products out individually. And the beautiful part of this is how personal this customer experience is for their customers now. They put little notes, do little things. Shipping out the products and giving your customers an amazing experience, you know what that's going to do? That's going to create customer loyalty between you and your customers. They're going to love our products. They're going to love our brand. They're going to love you because of the experience that you've given them. Now, we're going to help with this. We at the company are going to help with this, but this is something that's important, is these are your customers, and we need to make sure that they're being taken care of by you, by us. We want our customers coming back and ordering. So that's the final step. How do you use social then at this point, as they've had a good experience now, to recruit someone into the business opportunity, to get a customer to reorder another product, and to repeat this with your team and to teach them how to do this? It's a very simple little process. I know I've gone over it fast. There's lots of trainings on this that we'll go to. I really want to spend time digging into the details of this with our panel. But look at this, Beauty Ambassadors Wanted. It's not join Nu Skin, not because we're embarrassed of Nu Skin. None of us are embarrassed to be network marketers, are we? No. None of us are embarrassed of Nu Skin, but you do want to control the conversation. You do want to take that message back between you and each person. So you want to make sure that you're talking and you're bringing people in, because everybody is loving the side gig right now, and we provide the best side gig around. We have the best products, we have the best compensation, and we have the most fun together as a team. So you want to bring everybody into this. So do you guys get that little kind of simple way that people are doing this? Now, I know that not all of you guys want to deal with shipping out products and doing this. So what we at the company are doing, you guys have heard of MeCommerce. We have a piece that is coming out in beta right now. There's going to be a lot of pieces that are coming out on these platforms that we're creating on the digital team. But we are trying to make it simple for you to have that buy and ship portion. So let's take a look at a video.
Your posts create curiosity. Your personal brand is on point. And you develop meaningful relationships with potential customers that keep you and your brand front of mind. You are a social seller. Lucky for you, social selling has never been easier thanks to Nu Skin's My Store app. You asked for a simple way to create a personalized, seamless shopping experience for your customers, and now you have it. Simply enter the name of whoever you're sending an offer to, choose the products they desire, and share the link any way you want. Each offer you create is a predetermined shopping experience. All your customers have to do is enter their shipping and payment info, and they're done. It's that simple. With My Store, there's no more wondering if customers have completed purchases or worrying about those purchases being tied to your ID. There's also no more staying up all night packing orders for your customers. We'll take care of the busy work so you can spend more time on what matters most.
What do you guys think? Is that a good thing for you? Good. Now, it is in beta right now in the US and Canada, and there's a social booth, or a digital social booth just down outside of Hall E that you can go and play with this and see it. It is coming soon to all of your markets. We are working as closely with your markets as possible to make sure we can get this to as many of you as possible in the next 3, 6, 9 months. We are working very, very closely with your markets to do this. Talk to your EPs, talk to your account managers, see what part of this, when it's coming to your market so that you can have this as well. And every time that a new market comes on, then you have access to every single market. Does that make sense? You guys are gonna be able to social sell across borders with this tool. It's gonna be awesome. It already is awesome. So with that, let me welcome to the stage. Hold on, I have one more slide, and then I'm gonna bring my panel up. All right, this is it. Let's bring to our stage Emma, 16, Mie, Angela, and Mari's gonna join us back on the stage for our panel, and I'm gonna get your live questions. Look at this panel. Are you guys so excited? You should be. That's right. Okay, thank you. This is my all-girl panel. My last 2 panels had 1 man.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This is my all-girl panel. So you guys are going to do some girl power and really make this happen. Okay, so we're going to start, and each of you just introduce yourself, your name, a little bit about social, and then I want you guys to answer for these guys. Just maybe one of the obstacles you hear. Maybe you don't experience that obstacle, but maybe your team or new people coming in have an obstacle in social. So we're gonna kind of do the hard question right here at the beginning. All right, Emma, with you.
My name's Emma Carpenter and I'm from the UK. I've been with the business around 4.5 years, and I started using social media not for the business, but because I moved away from my family and friends to a different area, and I wanted them to still feel connected to me. So I started sharing my lifestyle, what I was doing, and what I quickly realized was that that was a great way to build this business, because people started wondering what I was up to and started inboxing me asking about the business. And I didn't really, it was never the intention to do that. It was to share with friends and family so they could, you know, stay in touch with me. And I got introduced to the business by someone that didn't use any social media, so I was taught in the traditional ways, and I feel that the principles are exactly the same, but social media is just a way to speed up what we're doing and to go a lot faster and to build our networks quicker. And one of the main objections that I hear all the time from people when recruiting is that they feel that they can't use attraction marketing and they don't really have a lifestyle to share. But what I would say is that everyone is different, everyone's unique, everyone has their own story and why they've chosen to do this business, and that is attractive in itself. And if you're doing this business, you have freedom, you have flexibility, and even if you're not where you want to be yet, you can see where you're going, and that is attractive to people, so don't hold off from sharing that.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Emma. 16.
Hey everybody, I'm 16 Ramos from the Philippines, and thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I've been in the business for 6 years now, but only started social media in January 2016, and ever since then, I've seen massive growth in my business, and I really felt like at the time it was a more natural way for me to do the business because it was more me. I had more room to be myself, to be authentic, to reach out to people who had the same interests as I did, and so I'm very, very excited to just be here and answer some of the live questions that you have. Actually, one of the questions that I get a lot of is how can I manage so many social media platforms, because I think that a lot of people think that social media is very overwhelming, that there's a lot of things that they need to understand, like content building, but I want everybody to know that, you know, you can just start with one platform like Facebook, for example, as was discussed today, and just choose to master that. And it's as simple as telling your own story, telling people about you, putting yourself out there. It doesn't always have to be about the business or your product in the beginning. It's just mainly letting people know you. And so that is what I'm very excited to talk more about today as well. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, 16. Mie.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Mie Flores, and I am also from Manila, Philippines. Woohoo! And we are very excited to be here because I think this is the first time Filipinos ever got invited on stage. Yeah. But anyway, I have been in the business for quite some time already, and I started doing social media in August of 2016. So I'm fairly new, and I am still learning. However, I discovered so many new things ever since I started to learn doing Nu Skin on social media. So my background is I am the only one from my family that is based in the Philippines, and basically my mom, my sister, and all my siblings are here in the United States. And because of a family tragedy, about 10 years ago, we lost our breadwinner, which is my dad. I was really looking for something that could support our family in ways that I could never imagine. And I always believed in the Nu Skin dream, except that I struggled in the first few years that I was doing the business. And I am just so happy that when I finally tried social, it was my second chance, my second win, and life has never been the same. So with my team, the obstacle that we usually help them get over with is the mindset that you already have to have influence when you start social media in order to become successful. So this mindset is mostly harmful, especially if you're new, because it usually puts you in a paralysis mode because you don't move forward because you keep on thinking whether I need to have good lifestyle posts already, or maybe I should write it beautifully like how other people do it. Well, what I tell my team, as long as you share from the heart and that you are authentic and that you just show what your life is and, you know, give a part of yourself, and then that is a way to build a beautiful brand and people will follow you eventually. That's how you build influence. That's it.
I love that. Thank you, Mie. Angela, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Angela Dunn. I've been in Nu Skin for 6 months. I've been building my social media platform basically for 3 years though, so I've been doing network marketing and social selling for 3 years. I'm just a stay-at-home mom and I have 3 kids, and this is the first time I've ever done something like this, so sorry. I feel like and I just live out in the middle of nowhere with my kids, and this is something that I can do from home. My husband works full-time, and my goal eventually is to okay, sorry. Anyway, see, I'm trying. Yeah, sorry. Okay, anyway, so he works full-time, I stay at home, and I actually used to be a nanny, and I was in law enforcement as well. And I love staying home with my kids, so that was my goal. And I found social media selling 3 years ago, and it's something that myself and anybody can do from home. So it's been a great avenue. My probably biggest thing that I can say, an obstacle for people to be able to get through, is just being you. We all feel like I'm fat, I have bad complexion, my hair's not perfect today, and you just cannot overthink it. Stop overthinking social media, stop overthinking social selling. You are you, and nobody in the entire world is you, and your friends know you. So if you get on social media and you pretend to be someone you're not, then people know that, and then it's fake and they don't enjoy watching what you're doing. Whereas I kind of joke with my friends, it's like I'm on the Truman Show or something, like I'm my own little movie and people are checking in to see what I'm doing, and it can be, really fun. I have people that I run into in the community all the time that are like, oh yeah, so what about that such and such? And I'm like, oh, I guess she watched my live video. I didn't even know she was on there. So people are watching you, just don't stop. That's the biggest thing too, is like people just want to go, oh, I tried a live video, nobody did anything, or oh, I posted 1 time or 3 times and nobody wanted anything. Well, it's like, don't stop, don't overthink it.
I love that. Thank you. Mari?
Well, I'm going to play off something Angela just said so beautifully there, that, when I was first getting onto both Facebook and Twitter, Instagram wasn't even invented yet. It was in 2007, 11 years ago now. And there's really 2 primary components when we think about social. There's us posting. And I think that's what stops a lot of people. Like, what do I post? Like you said, oh, I'm having a bad hair day, whatever it is. We judge ourselves, what we look like. Or we don't have anything interesting to say. But that's us putting content out, which is a necessary component. The other part is you being interested in others. There's a beautiful saying that is that people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and you can prove that, you can demonstrate that by going to other people's profiles. Like Angela was just saying, you might get a little despondent thinking, gosh, I did a live and only like 1 person saw it. Well, you go and find someone else's live and you go and comment and interact and befriend people. And the thing that I used to do when I was first adding new Twitter followers and new Facebook friends, I would find one thing in common. I would look and see, gosh, oh, this person I was born in Canada. Yeah, oh yeah, I was raised in Scotland. Oh yeah, that's just something in common, and you begin a friendship, you begin a conversation, and then from there you begin to nurture the relationship by interacting with their content as well.
Are you sure you're not a distributor?
Well, I might be soon. I don't know.
Oh, we heard it here first. Okay, Emma, we're going to start with you on this. How much time do you recommend someone spending on social media per day or week?
Okay, so I feel like there's a massive misconception that if you're building your business on social media, you need to be constantly glued to your phone or computer screen. And this definitely isn't true. I'm a mum to 2 very small children, and I just can't be on my phone all the time. But what is really important is to be consistent every day with your social media posts. So 3 social media posts per day. For example, 1 business, 1 lifestyle, and maybe 1 quote or something like that. It's very important to do a mix. We don't want your social media to start looking like a selling page. We have to do a mix of different things, and remember to keep you very present and your lifestyle. And then a few other things that I would recommend to do every day is to start interacting with other people. So you might scroll through your social media feed and you might start commenting on different people's posts or liking different things, because the more you interact, the more interaction you will get back on your posts. So that's very important to do. And just remember that if you're very confident already on one social media platform and you want to break into another platform, then it does take just a small amount of time to make sure that you've got the posts on both platforms. So it doesn't take much longer just to make sure that you've got it on Facebook as well as Instagram. But it's just all about being very consistent if you're new to social media. It's not about being on there all day, every day, just making sure you've consistently got those 3 posts up.
Perfect. Thank you, Emma. Okay, Mie, how often do you post about products?
I
Or
personally...
should someone? Doesn't
Should
have to
someone
be
post
you.
about products?
Yeah.
Of
How
course,
often
yeah.
should someone post about products, or you, exactly, whatever.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people do have concerns about how often should you post about products, and maybe most of us have that fear that our friends might, unfollow us because we always keep talking about new skin, new skin, new skin. So I personally recommend an 80% and 20% distribution in terms of my posting about everything that I want to share that is either inspirational, entertaining, or about my life, and then 20% about products. So that's just me. Of course, there is no right way to do it, or there is no specific scientific way that will ensure, better results for most people. But what has been working for me and my team is that you have to be connected to your audience first. They have to know so much about you and be excited about what's happening in your life, what's developing, how this business is making you have so much fun and help other people as well. And when they see that, and that's 80% of what is appearing on your newsfeed, then definitely, when you put in a product post, they're gonna be more interested and excited, and maybe that is how you get to attract more people to respond to whatever you're posting.
Perfect, I love that. 16, what do you do when there's no engagement on a Facebook post?
Okay, there are several factors why a post doesn't do well on Facebook. So number one, you have to consider maybe there aren't enough eyes seeing your post. One of the most common things that I find why a post isn't successful on Facebook is because that person may have only less than 500 friends or less than 100 friends on Facebook. The more eyes, the better. So there is a 5,000 people friend limit on Facebook, so you make sure that you maximize that, because don't waste a post and post it, put it up there, and have only 10 people see it, 50 people see it. Maximize your friends list. Make sure that there are enough eyes seeing it. So that's one of the things that I find why a post isn't successful. Another thing is it may not be worded in a way that's attractive to your audience, and this is where studying your audience comes in. So I spent a lot of time knowing what kind of tone, what kind of language works with my audience and my friends. So some people like product posts that are very detailed. Like in the US, I noticed that a lot of distributors post their product posts with bullet points and a lot of that. In our region, in the Southeast Asian region, people don't like to read a lot, so people like it very, very short and straight to the point. So it's a lot of trial and error, and it's up to you to do experiments on which posts work well and which posts don't. Also, another thing is you may have posted it at an odd hour, when people are asleep, and some people are just not aware of that. So make sure that you post your stuff at a time that people are awake. It's common that people post in the morning at 6 or 7 a.m. because this is when people are commuting to work. This is when they scroll at lunchtime because this is when they take a break, or 7 p.m. onwards because this is when the people are home and just scrolling through their feed. So those are the factors to look at to know whether or not your post is going to do great and get great engagement on Facebook.
Perfect, thank you. Angela, how do you share the opportunity on Facebook if you haven't been successful at social selling or the opportunity yet?
So I just say that you engage in your audience. I have built my audience on Facebook for quite a while, so you can't compare yourself to myself or anybody else up here, but we have been building our business because we've been building our, our followers and our people in our lives. I go out even in public sometimes, so I don't do everything on, on the phone. I love to meet new people in public, and I don't talk about the business. I don't talk about Nu Skin. If they ask me what I do, I do hint a little bit about it, or I tell them specifically one thing that I like to sell personally, and it brings in little intrigue. But most of the time, you just make friends. Like, be social with people out in public and on Facebook, but just be social and be friends with people. You invite them to be your friend, or you ask them to be friends, on Facebook, and then they're going to see if you're consistent, like she was talking about earlier. If you're consistently consistent, I always tell my team, be consistently consistent. I can't say that enough. That you are consistent on your Facebook wall, on your feed, and people are going to see what you're doing. I'm very proudly Nu Skin. I know some people don't talk about Nu Skin a lot on their Facebook, But you can see on my profile, like I even have the little symbol on my profile picture, that's just who I am. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Everybody sees my 2-year-old on Facebook. She's beautiful. They love to see what she's doing. I love to go do stuff with my family out and about, and so they see that. And then they see, you know, me being crazy with my ugly hair in the morning when I first wake up and no makeup on. Like I don't try to hide who I really am at all times of the day. And then randomly, you know, throughout the day, I suggest once a day usually if you're starting to do either product or business something, but you don't say, join my team, or I think Kathy was talking about that earlier. Never say, join my team. It should be something about your personal experience and lifestyle, and I can't give those words to you, but you can talk with coaches in your team or whatever. But you come up with something that has personally been amazing for you with Nu Skin, something that touches you about a product or touches you about the opportunity, and it has to come from you. It shouldn't be copied and pasted. It can be copied and tweaked, but don't copy and paste is my suggestion. And then people will be excited to go, wow, what are you doing? Tell me more about this. I don't usually go after, you know, trying to recruit people. I don't really, if I know someone's going to be good and I know that they need to do it, I will a little bit. But for the most part, most people I've recruited come to me to ask me about it. So just do it naturally. Let it, again, don't overthink it.
We have a fun life. Share the fun you're having, you guys. People want to be a part of us. Mari, what if I have very little... I'm going to change the grammar on this. What if I have very few friends on Facebook? How can you increase your audience or your influence on Facebook?
Okay, so as I mentioned in my answer earlier, for sure be proactively reaching out. Be careful though, because you don't want to be put in what they call, quote, Facebook jail. Don't be adding too many friends at once. Facebook never lets us know what that number is, whether it's 10 a day or 10 an hour, but they always have a limit on what you can do. And so you want to be proactively reaching out, maybe join some groups, and just groups that are of a personal interest or a passion of yours, start to interact and mingle, and just looking to add value and how you can be a source of a specific expertise or passion. Another tip for you is to look and see where else do you have an audience or a contacts, and that might be maybe you're on Twitter, maybe not, but maybe Instagram, maybe you have some emails, people you've met at networking groups, things like that, and just reaching out and say, oh, let's be friends on Facebook. You know, going to events, it's been said a number of times on this stage and during this event. Now, I've said this for years, that there's no amount of sophisticated technology that will ever take the place of in-person. Nothing can replace that. And so the next best thing is definitely live video. Let me tell you, live video. And of course, we've got virtual reality and augmented reality and all those cool things with the big goggles. But go out and about. Go out and find out, go on to meetup.com or whatever it is in your part of the world. But find a local group that you could start to befriend and expand your local community that then can become more global.
I love that. And did you guys hear that? You guys are so good at finding real friends, and then you add them into your social network, and that will expand your social network. Emma, group versus personal profile, where should the focus be?
So personally, I believe that when you start this business, you should put a lot of focus on your personal profile. I have people that join and they say, I'm going to start a completely different group for advertising the products and for recruiting, and I'm going to start a new Instagram page. And I always say that's great. If you feel that you want to build up a specific customer group or customer page, then that's great. But do it alongside building your personal profile as well, where you already have some friends and followers and you already have some engagement, because our business builds quicker with trust, and on your personal page there should already be a level of trust with your friends and family there. They should be willing to help you, willing to share what you're doing. So I would say to put the focus on your personal page and build your customer group alongside it, because it will take longer to build the business if you're wanting to hide away from doing this business on your personal profiles. You are your biggest advert, and nobody else is going to market your business like you. So don't feel shy about what you're doing. Feel proud about it, feel confident about it, and build up your customer groups alongside your personal profile.
Thank you. Mie, how do you find business leaders through social?
How do I find business
Business
leaders
leaders.
on social media? Okay, so this is a very interesting question because there is a common misconception that you are supposed to find somebody who already has a ton of following and they would necessarily be the successful one starting social media. Well, at least in our humble experience for about a year, in our team, all the leaders are actually homegrown. So I won't necessarily assume that if, let's say, a person has a huge following on either of their social media accounts, of course it's a plus. However, everything that we do through the Nu Skin business that is built on social media, it is homegrown, it is hustling every day, it is the things that you do, the small things that you do with the team that actually builds leaders. So here's the good news. Every single person who actually grew with our team on social media did not have a huge following at the beginning. And they started basically, posting a very simple post, maybe starting with the AP24, and then slowly you see themselves transform and develop and grow huge teams and have great success. So the good news is anybody can be successful on social media as long as you're willing to learn and put your heart into the hustle.
I didn't have my mic up. I love that. Okay, 16, what are ways to stand out from others on social media?
Okay, what are ways to stand out from others on social media? I'm gonna get real here. Competition is stiff. Like, look at all of the people, like all of y'all are Nu Skin distributors. I'm a Nu Skin distributor. It's like for real, how do you stand out from millions of distributors around the world? I'm just gonna get straight to it. The only way that really made my brand stand out, the New Girls, are regular live broadcasts, videos, and putting our brand, myself personally, out there. But if you don't have a team brand just yet, think personal branding. Personal branding doesn't have anything to do with a logo or, like a team page or anything like that. Your personal branding is how people see you on social and how you make people feel on social. So you, first of all, have to be a likable entrepreneur on social media, which means you have to clean up that profile, put all of lifestyle, team shout outs, everything positive on there. Make yourself likable, clean it up, no negative stuff, and then put your story out there. Sometimes, or most of the time actually, people join my business because of who I am, what I stand for, and what I'm passionate about. There are tons of Nu Skin distributors out there, but what is the reason why you choose a certain person? Why do you choose to work with a certain someone? It's because you like them. You like them. They stand out because you see a face all the time. That's how you become memorable. You put your face out there. I mean, I know a lot of people are camera shy, and I'm just gonna get right to it. You have to get over that. You have to get over being shy. The first 2 live broadcasts are always going to be painfully awkward because you should see my first 2 videos. They were actually recorded, and I didn't know how to edit my videos. There was no live broadcast at the time. One video was 20 minutes long because I didn't know how to edit, and my voice was like, oh, today I'm going to demonstrate Nu Skin 180. It was so awkward, so painful to watch. But you have to get over that. You have to do the first 2 or 3 really awkward videos, and then eventually you're gonna find that it's very, very addictive to do. You're gonna wanna do a live broadcast about every single thing you do. And the truth is, it's very simple. That is how you stand out from people, from other distributors. And if we're gonna get real here, it's not just Nu Skin distributors, it's distributors from other companies too, saying that their products are the best, that their teams are the best. I mean, and people hear it because they say it all the time on their live broadcast. So that's how you stand out, make yourself likable as an entrepreneur, and put yourself out there every day, daily. If that's too much for you to do, try doing a video once a week and make yourself stand out.
I love that. And Emma might tell you it doesn't always get easier to do live broadcasts. She's never comfortable doing live, but she should do them all the time. But she challenges her team to do them, and she does them. Even if it's not comfortable, you still do them because they're powerful. But sometimes it gets easier, and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, Angela, I am a man. I am not a man, but I'm reading a question. Goodness. I'm finding it hard to use social media to sell feminine products. How can one overcome this?
Okay, first of all, we do not sell just feminine products. These are products for everybody, so stop it.
All men should wash their faces too, right?
And guess what men like just as much as women do? Money. I'm sorry, did I just say that? Not like bad, not like, I'm just saying a little bit or whatever they want to do. Sorry. But they like opportunity, right? Sorry, they like
Thank you.
opportunity.
They like opportunity.
They like opportunity just as much as anybody else does. So if you're a man especially, go out and do the things we're telling you to do, and then you'll attract other men that say, wow, I could do that. That's pretty cool. Like, he's doing it. I could do it too, right? So they like to brush their teeth. They like to wash their face, most of them. They like to wash their hair, hopefully. So show them the products. Tell them what you're excited about. Go live. Like she was just talking about, you're going to be scared the first time or two. But once you do it, it's just like when you're out in public and you're meeting new people. If you're talking to people about the business, it's scary the first couple times. Live is scary the first couple times too. Maybe the first 10 times, but you push through it and you do it. I mean, think about it. There's not a lot of people out there sharing Nu Skin on Facebook Live. You could be one of the first men out there doing Facebook Lives, and you could start creating your own movement of getting men in this company. So, I mean, it used to be mainly like half and half, men and women in this company, right? Until social selling. That's what I just heard yesterday, I think, from Amy. And so, like, think about how you're here doing it, and then add the social media into it and go live. Go live. Yes. Even if it's just about a walk in the park, and be silly and be yourself and be genuine.
I love it. Okay, Mari, how is marketing different on Instagram from Facebook?
It is different. There's a slightly younger demographic for starters, whereas with Facebook, it's got, I mentioned, the 2 billion users versus 800 million on Instagram. Also, the syntax or the language choice is slightly different, right? At the moment, there are no clickable links on your Instagram posts, although they are testing links in stories. Okay, actually business profiles and some users have where you swipe up and you can go to a link in a story on Instagram. It's coming to more users. But when you write the post, you want to put in either little dots or an emoji, emoticon, and just spacing it out so that it's easier to read, not just one long paragraph. Also, make sure you put your hashtags. There's different schools of thought in terms of hashtags on Instagram. Some people say only put 3 to 5 in the body of the post and then put lots more in a first comment. Hashtags on Facebook are almost useless. There, I said it. But you can post your Instagram posts over to Facebook and people won't mind. They see that it came from Facebook. But really, they haven't really cottoned on over on Facebook. You can try them. And one more quick tip for you. You know, on Instagram, a super cool way to find more related hashtags is just you can look at other people's posts, other people you follow, or you can just type in a hashtag, and Instagram will actually suggest to you related hashtags. And you might spot one. The trick is to use ones that don't have millions of other posts. Try to find unique hashtags that you could put only on your posts, or you know what I mean? We were talking earlier about standing out. That'd be a great way to use hashtags on Instagram that just doesn't really work on Facebook.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we have just a few minutes left, so what I would like to do is have everybody answer one final question and give everyone a final action item. Now you guys, everybody listen that's in here. They're gonna tell you what you can start doing today on social. This is important. I want you guys to start doing what they say today, okay? Can you guys do that for me? Okay, that sucked. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna wait for the translators. We're gonna try it one more time. They're gonna give you some advice of what to do today. Will you guys do this for me? Yeah. Okay, that was a little bit better. That first time was not going. Okay, so what can they do today in social, Emma?
Just be really, really consistent. This business is all about consistency. I think that if you're trying out social media for the first time, just make sure that you're doing your posts every single day, regardless of what you face. I know that sometimes we have objections from people closest to us where we almost become afraid to talk about what we're doing on social media because friends and family might not be happy with it, or we might be surrounded by some negative people. But just remember every day why you're doing this business and how it's going to change your life. And if people don't like what they see, then they can scroll past it or they can unfollow you. And just don't be afraid to be consistent for that reason.
I love that. Thank you. 16.
Okay, the number one thing that I actually ask my team to do on social when they start building is to create their story and put it on video. So something concrete that I want everybody to start with, if you can. Actually, you must.
I was like, stop. No ifs.
Okay,
Yes.
no ifs. Just please do it. Take advantage of the energy that's in this convention. Put yourself in front of a camera. Go on 30 seconds or a minute and talk about you being more active on social media with regards to your business, why you started a business, what you like about it, why you're here. And maybe, you know, go around and introduce some of the people who inspire you and put that on a video. But what's important here is you tell people your story and why you're here in the first place, and take advantage of the high energy. One minute video, that's it.
That's perfect. Can you guys do that? Yeah, you guys are hearing this. Consistent. You're gonna tell your story. Mie?
Okay, so what I would like to share with everybody is that social media is actually a platform that allows us to connect to a wider reach of people that we could not even imagine before. And through that, don't you think that we have such a powerful way to finally share the mission and the opportunity of Nu Skin? So my advice is get over yourself. It's really okay if you start today, and just embrace the fact that this revolution is happening whether you like it or not, and just make it a tool for you to bless other people. I tell my team every day, make this your guide. Think of what will make someone smile, and then that could be your North Star for whatever you're gonna post, whether it's lifestyle or something about the product or something about the opportunity. If you are sure that it will connect with your audience's heart, then that's gonna be an amazing post. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I read this on a book when I was on my way to this convention. It's from Steve Farber, The Radical Leap for Extreme Leadership. He said, love what you do and be in service to the people who love what you do. That's it.
I love that. I'm like speechless right now. I'm like trying to memorize that in my head really fast. Angela?
So my biggest thing that I can give to you guys today is telling you to be you. And I know I've already kind of said that, but if you have something, everybody has something about themselves. So don't be ashamed of anything that you are and just be you. If you like, but also if you like to run, like make that part of who you are. Make a brand for yourself. And again, we were talking about branding, but everybody kind of gets confused when they think about branding, and they think they have to have some sort of amazing hashtag to go along with it or something. But, you know, if you're consistently talking about, you know, your dogs, or if you're consistently talking about how you love to crochet, or that you love to, you know, or anything about you, whatever it is, make it you. I love pineapples, and my team is all about pineapples, and so that's something that everybody now relates to me. I get constant, like, messages, oh my gosh, I saw this pineapple keychain, you've got to have this. I have people send me pineapple things. It's the weirdest thing. So you put something on you. I mean, obviously I have pink hair. I mean, that is kind of part of who I am, right? So when people think of me, they think, you know, they think of my kids, they think of my pink hair, and they think of pineapples. Think of what you are, who you are, and go out and share it with the world on social.
I love that so much. Mari?
Great answers. Let's see, let's pick this one. So as you can see on the screens, there's all these social icons, and it can be very overwhelming and confusing. And you hear a lot of different tips and different advice. Well, my recommendation is you're going to pick one channel, one social network, and what I call go deep on it. Just focus on that one. Now, most likely it's going to be Facebook, but it could be Instagram. You're going to leave Facebook for now, you're going to mostly do Instagram. Or maybe, I don't know, it might be WeChat or WhatsApp, a messaging app, but it really should be one social network that's really popular in your, you know, community or part of the world, and just really go deep on that. Because if you end up trying to do all of them, like, oh my gosh, Twitter, I don't know what to do with Twitter, and I'm still trying to do Instagram, and I got Facebook, and oh, now I've got to add Pinterest, and it just, that's what overwhelms you. You're trying to do too many at once and spread yourself too thin. Get really good at one, and then add on to that, all right?
I love that. Thank you. Do you guys think this panel was helpful? Yes. Will you guys give them a big round of applause for all they did for you? Okay, we are going to need your help. We're going to take a selfie on stage. So everybody up. Everybody stand up. Now I need energy from you guys. I need everybody to stand up. I need you guys giving us lots of energy. Should we do a practice of what we're going to do? Of how we're going to be energetic? Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to try not to cover Jeff in our selfie. Oh, who's taking it? Are you taking it? No, you're videoing. I can take it. All right, everybody in. Although I might not be in the best spot for it, huh?
You do your 3, 2, 1, 2. That way it'll be
I don't know. Here, you do it.
You're gonna do the timer, and then do 3, and then when you press it, you have 3 minutes positioned perfectly.
Okay.
Okay, do you want me to hold this?
Yeah.
All right, are you guys ready? Okay, hold on. We're not all in. I might have to go landscape.
Maybe I'm missing more than you think, and I can tell that
Okay,
somebody.
one more. You ready? Thank you. We love you guys. Have so much fun the rest of the day.
Love has been lost, and you fall to the ground. You must find a way.